I've always felt like a person can know a guy in the hood sold drugs, but gave money to the community or whatever. It's like, oh yeah, that's such and such. But when it comes to females, she could have had 3 kids, took care of all her kids on her own. They was doing, actually built a whole entire life for her children.
Right.
And she would still be such and such the stripper. You know what I'm saying? So I think that
I think that's because of the double standards that we just have to live with.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I'm saying? We live in an unfair world. There's certain things that men can do that
And
women just can't do.
Right.
Like, like that argument has been argued, is still getting argued, it's probably getting argued on a podcast right now.
Let's go.
All right, let's see. So, no, I'm gonna try to find some kind of song to kind of bring this into. So we're just gonna play a couple songs off of Epidemic Sound, see if we can just catch a little smaller vibe. Like, don't be bullshit though. That ain't it.
I'm a trap girl, so.
You're a trap girl. Why every person that works in your field, they come in here want me to bring the podcast in through the trap?
I mean, because that's just what we go by. We like, let's get to this bag.
Let's see. let's see. That's the thing about these, they come in like, they be real dense in the beginning, like you literally have to wait a couple of seconds to see what the beat gonna drop and be like, that ain't trappish enough for you.
It's okay, it's a vibe, cause we ain't in the trap, so that's a vibe.
Well,
just nothing too slow.
It's just too slow?
No, I said nothing too slow.
Oh,
I ain't in love. I don't need all that.
The dude who made this beat, I like a lot of his stuff on Epidemic Sound.
So,
anyway, you know your camera, right?
Which one?
That's yours.
Hi.
That's yours. That's our group shot. All right. So, man, I guess I can go ahead and bring in on that, man. What's up, everybody, man? It's your boy, Cheston. Back with another episode of the What You Mean podcast, man. And I haven't really decided where I'm going to slot this one at, but y'all see the red light. And, when you see the red light, you already know what that means. If you can't see it because you're listening to us right now, man, welcome back for another dope segment of After Hours, man. Thanks so much for tuning in. I got a dope guest with me here on tonight. I'm going to let her tell y'all real quick who she is and where y'all can find her at.
Hi, I am Karma. You can find me at the Palace.
Oh, wow.
But you can also find me on Instagram. I'm a yoga instructor, so shout out Good Karma 1987. So
that's what's up.
Check me out. Let's get flexible, ladies and guys.
That's what's up, man. Well, man, y'all know y'all probably wondering what's going on over here in the podcast studio this evening. But first off, man, make a shout out to Karma. That's what you want me to call you throughout the podcast. You want me to call you Karma?
Well, that's my name.
Okay, I don't have a problem with that. I'm just trying to make sure that I know the rules. I don't want to cross over. No barriers. It don't need to be crossed. So I just want to make sure that I'm Gucci all the way through. So Miss Karma, let's see. Let's go. Let's bring the folks up to speed on quickly. Y'all know I'm a storyteller. I like running my mouth and telling y'all if I have a guest that at this point I don't think I really had no random guests. There has been a slight backstory on exactly how they got to the podcast studio. So with that being said, me and Miss Karma, we actually went to Troy University together for a short period of time. Because I think that by the time I got there and got settled, you was gone. When did you leave?
Oh, I think I left in 2009 because I transferred to UAB
Okay.
up here. So,
Okay.
And then I went back to Troy for my other 2 degrees. So I'm still a Trojan.
Okay, that's what's up. Because I know when I got there, like I told you, earlier, I was like, I remember seeing you, but then not seeing you. So I know I was there from 2007 to, well, I graduated in 2010, but I stayed because I was supposed to go do the grad school thing and get a grad school degree in Troy. But shit didn't go that way. I had to get up out of there, roll out. So, and I ended up landed here in Birmingham. So, in between that short period, well, I ain't gonna say short period of time, but I'm gonna say period of time, we actually ended up not ever seeing each other. I don't even know if we were social media friends for real. I don't know, but I know I ended up probably being somewhere I ain't had no business being, and I ended up seeing you. So, since then, it's been cordial conversation back and forth. When I first started shooting, she was one of the first people that I actually reached out to work with, and she had a couple reasons why she didn't want to work with me that was respectable, and I couldn't be mad at it, so I kind of sort of left the shit alone. But she was definitely one of the people, I'm like, hey, I'm a photographer now, I need some people to fuck with me, I need some people to shoot with me, and I was like, yo, you want to shoot with me? And she was like, nah.
But no, you have to tell them because I'm very loyal.
Right.
I'm very loyal. So it's just, it's all about respect. So
I feel you, man. I ain't knocking nothing, man. I mean, if there's an issue, you wouldn't be here, but I don't think there's an issue.
No.
So I appreciate you sliding through, man, and coming to the podcast, man. It's just it's a little bit, as she told y'all, not only does she dance, she does yoga. I had the opportunity to work with her on the yoga thing and do some videos and try to get her some stuff together. We were supposed to reshoot, but we can't never get a shoot date. I just found out why I can't get no reshoot date, but that's between me and her in the back door, I guess. But whatever.
Work schedules, guys. Work schedule.
So tell the people about yourself, man. What you got going on currently. You know what I'm saying, and we can got them probably piggyback out there and go from there.
Awesome. So, like I said, I am a yoga instructor. Really wanting to kick that off and bring that into the Black community because it's really not. I think it helps not just physically but mentally. Just being able to control our emotions I think is so important.
Right.
And, like Diddy say, you got to get out your feelings and get in the bag. So you definitely want to make sure that your emotions are intact. And if you can get a good workout in that, why not? So that's something I'm really passionate about. And of course, you can catch me at the Palace. But yeah, so I love dancing. I love, the energy. I love the vibe. It's a different world. So it has its pros and cons, but overall, I've done it for over 5 years.
For real?
I've done it for over 5 years. And I think it's just as valuable as any degree I could have gotten. The lessons and the things that I've learned in that space, to me, is just as valuable. So,
I think that world for y'all is probably all right, so let's just say, let's say you play basketball somewhere in Birmingham, right? Mm-hmm. And that's really your thing. Wherever some pickup games is going, 9 times out of 10, you're at that gym and you're hooping. And people know you as that person that, that nigga decent. He be playing over here, whatever the case may be. I wouldn't know who that person was because I'm not part of that group that goes and shoot basketball all the time. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's things that go on within that setting that I just don't know about. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with bikes. All the stuff that be going on with bikes, I didn't know all that stuff was going on when I didn't have my bike. Mm-hmm. Once I got my bike and I started getting back out, you start hearing about and seeing stuff and being part of stuff that you wouldn't be part of unless you had a motorcycle.
Right.
So I know that the dancing thing is you're expressing basically that it's the same way. You know what I'm saying? There's just certain stuff that go on that people probably not going to comprehend or understand simply because they're not part of that type of lifestyle or whatever the case may be. In terms of supporting the fact that you just said that there have been some life learned lessons and stuff that you learned from dancing in the last 5 years.
Yeah, I definitely think I think that to me, when I got into it, I was so clueless. And like nobody, it was so far from something I would ever do. Didn't know how to dance. Did not know.
Who taught you how to dance?
Who taught me how to dance was getting joked on.
Really?
Getting laughed at. I mean, it is really
By your other associates or by people?
It's, dancing is just like anything, almost like a sorority or fraternity. I mean, you literally start at the bottom and you have to earn that type of respect. And, so going in, because I didn't go in with a best friend, I literally decided this on my own and to do it by myself. So, having to physically protect myself and not have anybody else mentally, and just learning the game on my own, and learning how to dance and being humble and asking girls to teach me how to dance and listening. I mean, I think one of the biggest things is it's okay to not know how to do something, and you have to humble yourself so you're able to learn. And I think that's something that the girls seen in me, so they knew that I was not overly prideful. I was able to say, oh, I didn't know that, can you show me? And I think by having that type of attitude, I became a very strong dancer. And I mean, I literally taught myself how to dance. I signed up for pole classes. I watched YouTube. I went
pole classes here or in Atlanta?
Pole classes in Montgomery. Shout out to Her Moves.
Man, you lying.
Yes.
Somebody giving pole classes in the
Yes, Her Moves. Lynetta is one of the best people I know, and she's amazing. She opened up her doors, taught me how to do pole. You would be surprised. So I think that just learning how to do that from the ground up.
So Tip, you can work the pole, is what you're saying?
I can work the pole. I ain't, but I can come up, go down, I can work the pole. I can work the pole. These hips and thighs don't all be together at times. I'm a little thicker than most pole girls, but I can work the pole.
You say you're a little thicker. So is the palace like the pink? Well, it's like y'all got a Mercedes in them. That's pretty much like the OG of the group. There's.
You talking about P-Valley?
Yeah.
I don't watch P-Valley.
You don't watch the Pink?
I don't.
You don't know what's going on in Chucalissa?
I think because...
Oh, my God.
I literally live that. I mean, it's not something... I mean, it's entertaining for people, but for me, that's my life. So I just... I don't really watch it. But I will say that P-Valley, Players Club, anything like that, I promise you go in any strip club, you can pick those characters and put them with somebody. It's a little bit of that in every club. So
what you're telling me is you've never seen P-Valley?
I've never seen P-Valley.
And you don't care to watch P-Valley?
I'd have no desire.
So what shows are you watching right now?
Okay, let's see. I'm a reality show junkie.
That's your problem then, right
I'm
there.
A reality, but I'm also a therapist, so I low-key kind of diagnose people when I'm watching those shows. So it's kind of fun to me because I love psychology and a lot of them are a little off. So I watch reality shows. I'm on Huntsville in Marriage right now. I love that. I love Melanie. And what else? That's really kind of the only one I'm watching.
For real?
I kind of don't watch Atlanta anymore because I was a Portia fan and she's not on there. So,
Portia on there.
Yeah, Portia went off and got married to an African.
Oh, that Portia.
Yeah. So I don't even really watch TV. I listen to music and I just vibe.
And you already told us you're a trap music person.
I love trap music, so you know.
So who you bumping?
Lil Baby every day, all day. Wake up to it.
Lil Baby that dude.
Lil Baby is law. You hear me? So yeah, I'm all about that. I hear it before it even come out. I'm on YouTube.
Hell no.
Yes.
So I mean, you pretty much you done gave us a lot early on. So I guess we can try to go back a little bit and try to dissect just a little bit of it. So with that being said, you've spoken that you're a therapist, man. You know what I'm saying? So you're like, Some people say we're not real entrepreneurs. I hate the fact that people say that we're not real entrepreneurs because we're still, working a regular job. You know what I'm saying? But so we know you working a regular job, then dancing that's entrepreneurship. That's what that is, bro. Like if you don't go, you don't make no money.
Right.
If you're not good at it, you're not gonna make no money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it is just how that goes. So it's entrepreneurship in a sense. Like I mean, it's just like it's a commission job. You know what I'm saying? You go and that's how you get paid. So with that being said, bro, like I know that if you listen to our podcast on the Industry Mondays or the What's New segments, you'll get the opportunity to meet Kim, my co-host, and one of her, pertinent questions that she's always going to put out there to people that we bring in that just got all these different things they're doing is like, where's the balance at? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you make the overall thing like work for you? Like, I knew you made time in your schedule to slide through here because you had some stuff going on today. Hey, I'm gonna slide through there, do the podcast with you. And then after I leave that, hey, I'm headed to the palace. Like, nigga, I'm going to work.
Right. I think that, well, first of all, for me, I separate everything.
Right.
And, even as far as my social media, I use certain platforms to cater to certain audience and, just really, I don't want everything intertwined because when I need to focus on certain things I can't because everything is so intertwined. So, and just locking yourself on a schedule, I think that as an entrepreneur, we have that advantage because that's one of the great things. But I think that structure is still needed. So the same structure that you have on your 9 to 5, I think applying some of those same skills in your entrepreneurship will keep you afloat because we know that is one of the reasons why 9 to 5s work out because it is structured. You do get into a routine. So for me, just having that commitment, I work on these days, at the club and, I focus on these points, when I'm doing this and just having those commitments and sticking to them. And to me, it's not hard because I've done it for so long. Definitely was hard when I started off. Balancing out my sleep schedule. Try not to be greedy. I want to work at the club this amount of days, but I got to be in the office this amount of days. Like, it's just being realistic and knowing that you can't do everything. So I think one of the hardest things for me was greed. Right. Sacrificing that Sunday as a transition day. My mom's always believed that Sunday is a day of rest. She
right.
said even God did that. So it really helped me, though, like on a spiritual level. Once I did commit to giving one day of rest, what I thought was a sacrifice, it really wasn't. So I think when you are an entrepreneur, you have to maintain that self-care. You have to focus on yourself. You still have to have that because that's going to carry you out to balance. If your life is chaotic and if you're just, it's not going to be balanced.
Right.
So,
I know firsthand.
Yeah, a balanced schedule is good, but having a balanced mind and a balanced spirit is even important. So
yeah, I would love to have a balanced mind. I mean, I don't care about the balanced schedule. I'm gonna do whatever need to be done.
Right.
But a balanced mind, though, I would pay good money for that.
Well, it's free. Yeah.
Everything costs.
Yeah.
Everything. So it's I don't know, man. It's dope having you here because I didn't think you was gonna come. If I'm being honest. I'm just being real. I didn't think it was gonna come.
It's scheduling, guys. Just know that.
Bro, one thing I can't stand right now in this dating world, bro. A person who swear like they are so busy.
But people are though. Why do people not understand that?
Listen. You can't say that to me. You can't say that to me because I just literally gave you a rundown of what I can probably do in 24 hours. In 24 hours, I may possibly get, I'm gonna say if it's a week where I really got deadlines and shit I got to do, I'm probably gonna average maybe 3-4 hours of sleep, doing, each night. That's probably gonna be my average of sleep because of what I have to do. So I know I get busy. I just feel like I feel like women nowadays use that as a deflect.
No. This is the problem. Women, I'm not going to say women. I'm not going to speak for everybody. Karma. I'm not making them sacrifices. So when I say I'm busy, I'm really busy. Because I'm not getting 4 hours of sleep. I'm getting 8. I'm getting 8. And if I'm real tired, I'm going to get 10. I don't sacrifice myself anymore. And that's something that I've had to learn. I no longer sacrifice myself. So if I honestly don't have the time outside of me, my obligations, my daughter, other, obligations that I have, then I just honestly don't have time. And I have kind of scheduled times for dating. It's kind of... It is what it is, but that's just to be realistic. Like because I'm a private person and my daughter's 10, so I'm not dating while she's around. Like I can't really do that for me. So on the weekends when I have a certain level of freedom and she's with who she's with and I can give my time, my energy, I can focus on who I'm entertaining and who I'm engaging with, and I'm not trying to be mom and date and work and work. I just stretching yourself that thin, I think is really stressful. And I think that there's been a transition for women. I think that my mom and probably her mom, they sacrificed themselves for men and or just for family. And they did that. Whatever it was like, they was that go-to person, and it was just... But I think women nowadays, we really are putting ourselves first, and we really are saying, I don't have time, or no, I can't. And we're not feeling bad about that. So, I
don't know about that one.
That's just my opinion.
I don't know about that one. Listen,
and that's not for everybody. Some people make excuses.
I feel you.
Some people make excuses, but...
Hold on. So...
I'm just saying, I'm going to get 10 hours of sleep, y'all. It's just...
Hold on. I'm trying to gather my thoughts. I'm trying to make sure I get this together and I say it or present it the right way. So, basically, you're telling me that the modernized woman, basically, has become so independent that companionship or marriage is like, I don't care about it.
No, that's not it. And y'all always do that. Y'all always...
Who is y'all?
Men.
I'm asking a question.
But
that's all I did was ask a question.
But what I said was that as far as you said your schedule. Like for me, for example, let's say that you and I were having a conversation and you said that you wanted to do something and I said I didn't have time. And you said your schedule. You're like, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, okay, well, that's not my schedule. Like, I'm not fit to go off 3 hours of sleep to get everything done so we can cuddle.
Right.
I'm fit to sleep for 8, and I hope you free this weekend. So, but I don't think that is about being independent. I just think that is because I think it's different levels. Like when you're dating and when you're getting to know a person, you know what I'm saying? You're going to make time the best way that you know how. Now, once you're in that relationship and you're talking about marriage and things like that, I think then that's another type of conversation. Because for somebody that I'm committed to, yeah, I will make sacrifices.
Right.
I will, do 3 hours of sleep. You got like 2 nights on that, though. Like, I ain't doing that. Ain't my lifestyle. But, for babe, like, I do a little something for babe. You know what I'm saying? But... don't make it a habit. Okay?
I feel you. Okay, but just to put this in perspective, when I'm talking about my sleep schedule, I'm talking about my sleep schedule in cahoots with the fact that that's my problem. I'm not going to make time for the cuddling or for this and for that, for what I need to do. Like, if I'm making a sacrifice on time, it's because I'm making probably a sacrifice on time to make some more money. Like, I'm not going, and that's my problem. Like, that's probably why I ain't with nobody right now. Because, but literally, how I run my schedule, literally, like, if you want to go out and you want to do something, I need to put it on my calendar, like, literally.
But that's y'all.
That's it.
But see, a lot of successful men are like that. they really are. Like, I just was in a situation and I told this person and I was like, yeah, because I just want to spend time. And he actually told me, like, you should have let me know you wanted to cuddle and stuff. I would have made time. And I was like, I was supposed to text you and tell you that I wanted to cuddle so you could put an extra 30 minutes on your schedule. But I just really think that that's the world that we now live in. And I think we all have to just, I mean, is that is that okay?
I mean, I think it's gonna be who is going to be okay for.
Yeah.
I think it goes back to what we were talking about when we were talking about earlier, like certain people just mesh with certain people and certain people don't. It's just gonna go or it's not gonna go. Like you said, either you're gonna be in love or you're not gonna be in love. Either you're gonna get married or you're not gonna get married. Like it just goes. It's not something that's forced. It's not something that a person is pressuring you or making you feel as if you are pressured indirectly to get you to do something that you're not fully prepared to do. You know what I'm saying? So is for, overall, I'm just saying, for me, I ain't got time for all this shit unless I put it on my calendar.
Well, I just think that, we all make time for what we want to do. So.
I hate that.
But we do, though.
But listen, it's for me, it's not even about not making time, per se. If there's something you want to do or something pops in my head I want to do with you and you want to do it, like, literally, like, I'm going to ask you for your email address because when I put it on my calendar, I'm gonna send you an invite. So I need you to confirm
but that's
it.
so impersonal.
Why you feel like that?
I mean, first of all, an email is very impersonal.
Why you say that?
It's definitely. I don't need the notification when you put it on your calendar. Like, I don't need that. But, I get it, but I feel like, even in that situation, when that guy told me that, I was like, then I feel like I'm building a guy. Like, it's like Build-A-Bear. Like, It's like what? It's like Build-A-Bear. It's like build a guy. Like, I gotta tell you when I want to, babe. I want to call at 3:30. Lunch at 5.
So now you're taking it overboard. Now
Can we have sex around 9:30? Don't worry, you'll be in bed by 10. What are we doing?
Listen, don't do that. You're taking it too far. You are taking it too far.
When you build your bear, girls, you get your marriage certificate at the end, at the cashier, okay?
Don't do that.
Pay a little extra to put that heartbeat in it.
Hell no. She said pay a little extra to put the heartbeat in.
Make sure it
Are
works.
you saying niggas is heartless out here?
I gotta tell you when I want to cuddle.
Like, no, I think you're taking it too far.
But but that's why. But seriously, what you said, a guy just did
but
that.
I don't.
So I know y'all think like that.
But I'm just saying, I'm not that anal. I'm not that anal.
You said an email, so
I didn't say really email. That's just how you get the Google Calendar notification.
I know what you're talking about, and that's how I know that you really putting that on your calendar. Like, it's really gonna beep.
Like, hold on, listen. So
cuddle with Ashley.
Hell no, I don't know no Ashley.
Cuddle with Ashley at 3:30.
Girl, stop.
15 minutes.
Hell no, my shit is not like that. I can't accept that. I wish I had my engineer here so he could press the slap button and slap you every time you say this shit. But listen, seriously, what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, like, for real, like, I'm not that anal. I'm not that bad. I'm just saying, like, if we make a plan to do something, you know what I'm saying, I just want to put it on my calendar so I don't try to do something else during that time. And the reason that I'm like that is because of basically what all entails with my business. Like, my business never closes, really. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to access the podcast studio, you can access the podcast studio at any time, as long as you book it. You know what I'm saying? If you need the studio, you can book the studio as a photographer, videographer, anytime that you need it. You know what I'm saying? So that means that there's something that I'm doing all the time. So a lot of times I don't like to be in here for the rentals if I don't have to. You know what I'm saying? But if there's some stuff in here that I need to do, if it's a rental going on, I'm gonna probably come up here and do it during that time. You know what I'm saying? Just so I'm here inside of my building whenever rental's going on. but I don't always be here during rentals, you know what I'm saying? So that's stuff that I had to manage and I had to know that's going on my schedule, you know what I'm saying? So it's not about micromanaging you to the point to tell you that when I tell you I want to fucking see you, you know what I'm saying? Because that's all I'm going to say. I want to fucking see you. So you need to make that happen. Like, I get what you're telling me, you know what I'm saying? And for every no, it's not a period or exclamation mark after that no, it's a comma. No, and then it comes a but I can do it or I can see you around this time. Like, that's just how I move. Like, I have to know what's going on throughout my day. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to forget a shoot. I don't want to forget a video shoot. I don't want to forget a wedding I'm supposed to be at in Florida, in Destin, or in Atlanta, or Jonesboro, or Huntsville, or Decatur. Like, I don't want to forget that because I didn't put it on my calendar and I just got simply sidetracked. So, but that's the best way for me to micromanage me myself. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I guess, like, I mean, when I like somebody, I mean, they could say we got a date on January the 20th. And I'm going to be looking like, oh, my God, y'all, it's almost the 20th. I mean, I just, you know what I'm saying? So, if, like, for me, when I really like somebody, I just, like, I'm going to know. I'm going to remember. I'll probably forget to pay my water bill. But I'm going to remember that I'm about to go see him, okay?
Your ass is crazy.
So, I mean, I guess, you know, but women are like that because we're emotional and we're, like, feely. So, I mean, we had already ordered a dress for a lunch date. Like, we be ready. We outside.
Like, literally, that was June.
Yeah. But, like, if you really like somebody, then you'll know.
They have access to me, though. Anybody that I'm dealing with like that, they have access to me. Like, they ain't got to not call or text me because you're not on my calendar to call or text me.
Yeah.
It's not like that. It's like, if I ain't got nothing going because I'm just at home editing or something like that and you want to stop by and kick it for a second, like, that's cool. Like,
I think as long as you make time for the person, because one thing about it, we're all grown.
right.
So I think that whatever system we have is going to be, that's it. You know, like my system, that's it. I ain't, you know, you coming in here trying to change what I've been doing, you're going to be messed up. So I think when you really like somebody, you just, I mean, it's like a wave. Like, you just flow with it, you know, like, I mean, I know married couples that share calendars. I mean, you know, apparently.
I had a shared calendar with my
you
fiance.
know. So, I mean, I think that, I mean, it works. I'm saying that, but like I told you, I mean, literally a person told me to tell him when I want to cuddle. And do you think I didn't? I mean, as much as I'm upset about it, I definitely gave a date and a time. So, I mean, what do we, you know what I'm saying? So, it's like when you like somebody, you're going to, hey, what they say, fall in line? It's gonna be what it's gonna
be. Hell no, bro. Hell
Let's go.
Hell no.
You gonna fall in line.
You gonna fall in line? That's what we gonna call it.
I mean, that's what it is.
I mean, I'm very at this point in life, I'm extremely nonchalant on what I will and won't deal with. I don't even know if nonchalant is the right word to even use in context with what I just said. But it's just a lot of stuff that if that's how you are or that's how you're going to be or that's what I have to deal with, like, I'm cool.
Right.
Like, I'm not mad or nothing. Like, we can still be cool, cordial, speak, hang out every now and then, whatever. Like, but as far as all that, nope.
Yeah.
I just don't have time for it. Like, I'm literally busy as fuck. I have a lot of shit to fucking do. I started to worry about some little dumb shit. So,
and I'm a very non-confrontational person, especially when I'm in a relationship.
Gotcha.
You
know what? So now's the perfect time to ask my question. So since you said something about relationship, so let's do this. Let's switch gears. Everybody that come in here, you know what I'm saying, for after hours joint, or they're a female, like, so first off, like the guys that are watching or they're looking on YouTube right now, or they have probably went and checked out your social media at this point, trying to figure out who you are on camera, whatever the case may be. I can probably almost guarantee if 10 of them have been to your profile, right? Mm-hmm. While they're listening to this, just to see what you look like. How many of those 10 do you think have slid in your DM?
I don't know.
Let's take a guess.
Maybe 5.
5 of them?
Maybe half.
That ain't bad.
I think Well, hey, you know,
that ain't
I
bad.
got my daddy jeans, so I know I got half of them pulled, okay? So, yeah.
Half of them. That's
Probably
what's up.
half.
So is the DMs currently open or are they closed?
Yeah, my DM is open. I'm outside.
You outside?
I'm
too?
outside. What Young Miami say? We bad all summer. I'm single, outside. You
DMs
know,
wide open.
I feel like I've been locked up too, y'all. So y'all gotta come, cause I've been single, but little transitions going on. So a girl is really single. Girl is really outside, and I'm trying to see. It's so crazy because I just told my homegirl I said I want you to set me up on a blind date. Like I really am trying to really. When you've been dealing with the same. For you know what I'm saying, you just trying to see what's out there. Like,
listen. So, what kind of guys are you attracted to? Like, what do you like? What are you considering? What are you looking for? If you're looking for anything, like, what are you looking forward to bumping into? Like, I mean, like, what's your checkoff list?
I could have not been prepared for this, and I knew I was fit to do this. Like, I knew you was gonna ask me something like this. Let's see. I don't really have. First of all, I don't have a physical. I'm not one of them girls that.
Okay, so I'm gonna help y'all. Light skin or dark skin?
I don't.
And we're just talking strictly like if you had a preference.
This is how I do the light skin, dark skin thing, and that's for the guys. I'm talking to y'all, cause light skinned men really treat me amazing. Like I don't know what it is, but it's just like my treatment. Okay, treatment. My dark skinned brothers, they take a girl down through there. Like, I don't know why, but they really be giving me the business. So, I would just say, I like what like me. And, you know, that's just been my angle. You know what I'm saying?
So, your better experience, what you're saying, has been with Baby Drakes.
It's been with Baby Drakes, but I do know somebody that is chocolate. And, you know what I'm saying? He changing the sister perspective. So we gonna see which way, but other than that, I don't have a preference. I'm not like, oh, he gotta be muscular, like he gotta be. I'm 5'1", everybody's taller than me, so I don't worry about that. But I mean, I want a man that will allow me to be myself.
Right.
That has been the biggest struggle for me because a lot of people I've dated has always wanted. People say they don't want to change you, but then they get with you and they start, you know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
how women are.
You know, and I feel
That's
like
y'all thing.
No, because I mean, if I meet a guy, I like a guy. Like, I like you as who you are. Now, you might have some qualities that you need to work on. You and God can work on that. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't God. But I'm not trying to change him into be something he's not. And I feel like for me, that's something real big that I'm on right now. Like, I don't want nobody taking away from my identity. I want to be me. I want to be Karma. I want you to be who you are and us to come together and we can be together. But we ain't out at, we won and I don't really.
So how would you classify your like the type of relationship that fits you, your characteristics, and your personality? Because it sounds like you're describing like, or do you believe in monogamous? Like, do you want a monogamous relationship, or do you prefer a poly relationship where you can date who you want to?
No, hold on.
I'm asking.
Let me bring it back.
I'm asking.
No. When I said do me, I just meant like you're not trying to. Like, whatever I got going on, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not trying to come in there and be like, oh, you need to stop dancing. Oh, you need to stop doing. Oh, you need, like, I ain't trying to.
Would you date with somebody that wants you to stop dancing?
I think that is a conversation that will have to happen anyway. And I've always said that that's something I would do when I felt like it was worth it. I mean, I'm just going to be honest. And not even financially worth it, but if I felt like that person was worth me doing that for, because it don't bother me. That's what I be trying to tell people. Like, if it bothered me, I wouldn't go to the strip club. Like, it don't bother me. It bother you. So I gotta love you enough to stop doing something that bothers you, because it don't bother me. So I think that would be something. And I was in a situation where I decided to not do that. I decided to in that situation with that person and continue to dance. So, I mean, but I was much younger then, and I was just getting into it. The money was phenomenal, and I'm looking at him like, you crazy. You crazy. You out your mind. Boy, I'll talk to you later. You know what I'm saying? But you know he engaged now and stuff like that. So
did he bring what he needed to bring to the table in order for you to even consider it?
I mean, I think that the conversation, just the conversation to me was laughable.
Oh,
So
wow.
I think that probably, because a guy's going to test you before he put all his ducks on the table. You feel me? So I think that just from the conversation, you know, but I am happy with the decision that I made because that's not something I want to do. You don't want to look back on life and have regrets. Like, I'm a therapist. I talk to people all day, and these people have regrets. And you can't, like, there's nothing you can do about that. I don't want to look back and be like, I gave this up for him. And you know what I'm saying? People be bitter, and people, like, I don't want regrets. So for me, I'll definitely do that when it's somebody worth it.
Stop dancing, it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, that time is about
So we know that person that you'll stop dancing for, number one, is gonna be light skinned.
No.
And then number two. So we can go to number two now. Like, being that we just talked a little bit about finances and stuff like that. Like,
y'all, he put me on the spot.
nah, don't do that. I ain't gonna do that. I'm just. These are theoretical questions that we're hoping that you give a great hindsight answer to, if you will. We know light skin. So what's, considering the amount of money that you make right now and with dancing and your career with being a counselor and things of that nature, like, what's the ideal guy and realistic number? Of course, who don't want a millionaire, who don't want a billionaire, who don't want that? Realistically speaking, like, what is this guy money looking like in order for him to even be able to have that conversation with you?
Okay. So I will not give a number.
What? That's BS.
No, I can't give a number.
Karma, that's BS, bro.
I won't, because
you can't even do the listeners like that.
First of all, we're in inflation, so it don't even matter what the number is. It's going to be up by next month. But what I will say is that before, like in college when you met me, you know, I was very money strong. Like, I really was. And I think that I was like that because I ain't had none. I was broke. I was broke, y'all. So I think that I wanted that. I wanted a guy with money because that was what I seen. You know what I'm saying? That was the quickest way for me to be in a certain position. I never could foresee myself in a position to have it on my own. So I think that one thing about dancing, it really taught me how that is not important to me anymore. It used to be important to me, but when I started to make my own money, and then, I mean, it's not even about dancing. Dancing taught me how to hustle. Dancing taught me how to really grind and really get it. So I feel like I can apply that to anything, not just climbing on a pole.
Right.
If I want to go sell houses, I can take the same skills I learned from the strip club and go sell some houses, okay? So I feel like now that I know how to hustle, I know how to grind, I know how to eat, I know how to get it on my own, I don't look at that in a guy anymore. That's not my top priority. And for me, on a spiritual level, when you stop looking for that, it naturally comes. Like, what you want is gonna happen without you saying, I want a guy to make 6 figures. When you stop looking at guys like that, when you stop looking at any situation like that, because that's selfish. You want him to make 6 figures so you can be in a position. You know what I'm saying? So when you stop looking at a man like he's your come up and you just say, God, I want this type of man, this type of man, this type of man, it's going to all work out in your favor. And I will say that every guy I've dated has been in a position without me having to want that. Naturally, they're already in that position. And also, because I do dance, I don't ask guys for money. And that's something, of course, when you're younger and you're in college and you you out there winging it. But when I really started dancing and having my own money, like all that, help me pay this and help me do that, I don't have to do that no more. So for me, man had a different level of respect for me because we never had those conversations. I've dated guys and I still ain't talked to them about their finances, and they ain't talked to me about mine. He paid for dinner and I go home. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not a topic of conversation. So I think the biggest thing for women is to put yourself in a position, and then that's gonna come to you.
Tip, I love what you just said. I mean, I applaud you for what you just shared. But everybody still got a number, sis.
I don't have a number though.
Really?
I don't. Because I mean, I read an article on CNN. People that's making six figures, $250,000 living paycheck to paycheck because we in inflation. So what's six figures? People still broke. Even people that got money right now ain't you know, okay. Got
Sitting
gas
tight.
$7 in California, so you can't put no number on nothing. I just think everybody needs to be in position. Like, that's the biggest thing for me. Is to be in position. So.
Okay, so we did.
And you ain't gotta be light skinned. I told you.
We did light skin.
Chocolate's doing
We did.
good.
So I'm gonna tell y'all what she just said. Basically, you need to make more money than her. Or in lamest terms, at the end of the day, like you got to be able to make more money than her.
Well, no, that's a given. Now I say that
okay.
if that's what you want me
So
to say.
if we're looking at that, that's probably gonna put you at 6 figures or better.
Well.
So you know what I'm saying. That's where you're gonna have to be at. You know what I'm saying. Anyway, so light skin, 6 figures or better. Let's see, kids, yes or no?
No.
You want to do with no kids?
No kids. So here we go. I want to do with no kids. Okay.
So you got to check all this now?
For that I got to check off list. No kids, 40 or over.
40 or over?
I ain't playing. I'm on my Young Miami. I'm getting one ready.
No.
I'm on my Young Miami. We bad all summer.
Hold on. Did you just say 40 or better? Girl?
40 or better.
Okay, go ahead with your check out list. Continue.
And let's see what else.
So you want them 40 or better with no kids?
Yes, and they out there. Girls don't settle. They out there. They hard to find. You get one, you better cap. But yeah, they out there. And I like entrepreneurs. I do, because they have more time. Not more time, but kind of more time. So most of the guys.
They have more flexibility.
Yeah, they have way more flexibility. And because I work a 9 to 5, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can call, and it's just a different vibe. A lot of stuff I like in a man is the opposite of me. I feel like I like that. Some people want what's similar to them, but I don't. So I think it's a balance. So I'm non-confrontational, but most of the guys that I date are a little aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So what kind of guys do you normally attract? You know what? I'm going to put a pin right there. I got to ask you this question before I forget, because this go with my compilations. When I put together my compilations on YouTube. Mm-hmm. So what them DMs be looking like?
Oh my God, they be hilarious, y'all. They be funny.
I asked every girl what DMs
They be
like.
funny, like.
So every dancer that done came in here and told me that they got blue checks in their inbox.
Blue checks.
Yeah. You got blue checks in your inbox?
I have some.
No
I
cap?
do.
No cap?
Yeah, I've had some blue checks. Yeah. Is that a thing?
Well,
I don't think it counts for dancers, because, I mean, if you seen them with how we see them, you be like, girl.
seeing what like y'all see them?
Because, I mean, they like regular guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, guys have, like, celebrities, guys that are famous have approached me, but they're like regular guys, you know? Hey, shawty, like, they got the same pickup lines like regular guys, and I tell them no, like I do regular guys.
What's the number one? What's the number one pickup line you hear in the palace?
Oh goodness!
Does everybody hit on you in there, or do folks just come in and get entertained, tip, and keep moving?
I have been proposed to.
In the club?
I have been proposed to. One guy actually got on his knees.
In the club?
Yes, it was
You
hilarious.
lying.
He was drunk. But yeah, I mean, listen, like. I mean, I've had a guy really try to hit on me, and his girlfriend was right there. And you talk about uncomfortable. I was like, you trying to play it off, and he like, nah, for real. And I'm like,
do you think guys come in there to meet dancers? They strategically come in there to meet dancers?
I think that it's a playground. You know what I'm saying? Like,
do you think that do we think our chances are better coming in there trying to get at y'all?
I think, well, first of all, I've met some really good guys in the strip club. I've actually, okay.
I'd rather do a business deal in the strip club.
Like, I've literally dated 2 guys in the strip club. Seriously. Like, on a serious tip as far as dating. I met them there and we dated, like, you know. So, and it was great. Like, I probably would have never seen them anywhere else. So, but you have to kind of pick and choose, you know. But I've gone out on dates with certain guys. I've actually done business, you know, like, whatever. So, I think everybody has their intentions when they come in there, and you just have to see and then see what your intentions are that day.
Right.
You know, like, if
have you ever dated anybody that you met in the strip club?
Yeah, that's why I said I've dated 2 people seriously, like on a serious tip. I met them there.
So what did they say different than other people?
For me, it's not about what they say. It's about persistence. For me, it is.
So they kept pressing you on Facebook?
Well, I met them in the strip club. So
you gave them your number?
Yeah, but they were persistent about coming in there. I also like to be exclusive. So if you come in there and you're only entertaining me, I mean, that's going to attract me. I'm just going to be honest. Bruh. You want me to be honest or no?
No, yeah, of course. We want you to keep it above.
I'm just saying, like, those 2 people were successful because they only pursued me and they were consistent. So, you know, they got the... They got it.
Probably hitting them niggas over the head every time they came in, though.
I was not moving, but that's the thing. Like, you know, when a guy wants you, he's gonna do what he needs to do. It don't matter. He gonna do what he needs to do. I don't care what he say. He ain't gonna do. He gonna do what he need to do if he want it. Period.
I think that's all us too, huh?
I would just say it. Like, why would you lower your standards when he gonna already do what he gotta do to what you doing?
So what would you consider lowering your standards?
I mean, I just think that when you feel like a lot of girls, when they be talking, it's like, oh, no, I ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? Because he probably, but why not? Like, whatever it is, if you want to go somewhere, if you want to do whatever you want to do, just put it out there.
So you want the niggas in the jeans and the T-shirt with the gold teeth and the gold chains, or you want a nigga in a suit?
I mean, ain't nobody around here chasing no dope boy no more, because that ain't really what's popping. I'm 35.
All right, I feel you.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Because, like, bro, if we're keeping it all the way above, bro, Cardi went from the pole, bro, to a now rapper and goddamn all kinds of crazy shit. Like, she got going awards and all kinds of shit. You know what I'm saying? So I think we're definitely past that era of trying to. Of course, you're gonna always have the one chick that's hating on y'all. That when y'all make it out of strip club or whatever, or y'all decide to hang it up because you then took that revenue, you went in there with a plan. This is how long I'm gonna be here. This is kind of bread I'm trying to get together so I can go do this. And then when I do it, and then they take off and I'm successful. Of course, you're gonna have the people that got something to say about it. The Birmingham folks know it as whoop the whoop. The whoop the whoop. So, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, what I'm trying to put here to kind of sort of put it out there, like, you can't kind of sort of degrade dancers anymore. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can't look at it as a belittling thing or somebody that's inferior to you or whatever the case may be.
I mean, I always thought it was a double standard. I always felt like, the dope game was so respected, and it's actually illegal. And stripping is not. Like, it is not illegal. Like, Birmingham, we open tonight, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You can pull up. So I've always felt like a person can know a guy in the hood sold drugs but gave money to the community or whatever. It's like, oh, yeah, that's such and such. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to females, she could have had 3 kids, took care of all her kids on her own. They was doing good. Actually built a whole entire life for her children.
Right.
And she would still be such and such the stripper. You know what I'm saying? So I think that it's
I think that's because of the double standards that we just have to live with.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I'm saying? We live in an unfair world. It's certain things that men can do that
And
women
women
just
can't.
can't do.
Right.
Like, like that argument has been argued, is still getting argued, it's probably getting argued on a podcast right now or YouTube videos, something. Like that's something that'll never ever stop getting argued. But at the end of the day, we just live in an unfair world where certain things that men do, it is unacceptable when it comes to a woman. You know what I'm saying? So and that's how I think people I know that's how I at least value who I decide to give my time to. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like how you give it a due diligence of breaking it down to see if it's even worth your time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I got there after my last relationship ended. Like, okay, cool. Like, I done gave everything I knew to give to this person. I'm not saying that they did anything wrong. I know it's probably more me and how I'm business oriented and a grinder and all this other good stuff. But, it's crazy that you just can't. I done lost my whole train of thought because I'm trying to say so much. But look. Y'all forgive me. I'm having a whole moment. I'm having a whole moment right now. But what I'm trying to say at the end of the day is, yes, we live in an unfair world. You know what I'm saying? It's just certain things that guys cannot do. I mean, girls things that guys can do that girls cannot do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just gonna be it. And that's one of those things, man. Like, I don't think at the end of the day that when the guy is sitting at home putting his idea of Barbie together of what he wants her to look like and what she does and everything that, the attributes of her, I don't think on his mind is, I'm finna go to the stripper and to the strip club and grab me a stripper and that's who I finna marry or that's who I finna be with. You know what I'm saying? So I can get why you also say that it's a damn playground or it's a playhouse.
And I mean that you also have to be realistic as a woman. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just how men are set up. Like they don't want. I'm not going to say they, not all men, but some men don't, they don't want everybody to see their girl. You know what I'm saying? So you do. And I mean, I think that for me, that's that layer where, I feel like you have to make a decision. I remember I had a partner when I first started dancing and we became real close. We became partners. And I remember I was going through something with a guy and she was like, Karma, I told you we can't have no boyfriend till we stop dancing. And she used to always say that, like, girl, we date, we have fun or whatever. She was like, but girl, you can't really take them seriously, like we strippers. Like, why would, like, they're never going to take us seriously. So why would we go in taking them seriously? So I do think that there is that part. And I kind of have developed that, you know what I'm saying, where I feel like I date, but there's going to be that. It's almost like you kind of walk the journey and the bump is coming where it's going to be like, oh, here we go. Like, what is it going to be? So I think for me, it's just about when you're ready. And, you have, like you said, you have haters, you have people. And I think for me, not to get too personal, but for me, one of my biggest haters was somebody outside of the club. So, for a person to watch you grind so hard, just like most dancers, like you said, Cardi B and all the other, you grind, you stack your money, and then when a person snatches everything from you and you have to start over, it's very humbling. Like, it's that moment where you really realize how the game really is. So it's not always the girls in the strip club. It's not even always girls.
Wow.
You have a lot of men that, they're afraid of some women being successful. They're afraid of that grind. They're afraid of the ambition that she has in her because that type of world will either make you or break you. Right. It's just like the dope game. You know what I'm saying? Either you going to be one of the top or you not. So, but I definitely think that it comes a time where you have to decide what you're going to do.
Yeah. That's what's up. But man, look, bro, our time has been far spent. I know you got other stuff to do, other stuff to grind on, and so I'm gonna get ready to get us up out of here so we can roll, so I can stop stuttering and all this other crazy shit I've been doing on the damn podcast tonight. If you can, real quick, man, and you don't mind, I've already told you where your camera is. Just look at the camera one more time, tell the people who you are, and tell them where they can find you.
Okay, I am Karma. Once again, you can find me at the Palace on Friday and Saturday, 11 to 4 a.m. Also, check out my Instagram page at Heartless, HRTLEZ, or my yoga page at Good Karma 1987. Y'all, fuck with a girl, we out outside.
Hey fellas, go to the HR page. You'll see that dude look like. If you go to that page, you can see him. If you don't want to go to the Palace yet, you need a test ride. Go to that page. You'll be able to see it.
Okay.
But man, look, man, I'm your boy Chester, man. Thanks so much for kicking it with us, man, for this session. For After Hours Joint, man. I hope you've enjoyed it, bro. We've got some different looks and different insight on the whole dancing world. Looking at it as an entrepreneurship, as well as still in corporate America, still grinding, because at the end of the day, motherfuckers just want something greater. So who are you to tell them that the way that they trying to get it is wrong? You feel me? At the end of the day, man, I'm your boy LeCheston. And until next time, if you have not hit the subscribe button, the like button, if you're not jumped in the comments, if you shot old girl a DM, man, have some balls. Jump in the comments and tell me that you tell me that you did it. But man, I appreciate y'all, man. Don't forget that the website is wide open right now, www.whatyoummeanpodcast.com, where you can actually leave a confession or you can tell us a story, and we bring it right here on the show. We read it with our guests, and we just leave it on the table for discussion, man. So don't miss out on that. You can remain anonymous. You don't have to put your name on it to say that you actually done it, man. So send us some content. In the meantime, between time, man, we appreciate y'all. Thanks so much for listening, and y'all already know how we do it here. Peace.